Hey, this is Okay. Welcome back to another inking video. This is Tales from the Crypt Keeper 8. I'm back on track inking it and penciling it. This is going to be an issue containing the stories Drunken Daycare and Mom's a Thong. I will let you speculate as to which story I'm working on here, but it might be a little obvious given the panels I've got going on here. Yeah, so I'm going to be inking today, doing some thick lines. I've been on, a medical leave of absence for the past week. Been down to a special hospital out of town just to make sure all the organs in my body are working right. I guess this should say lack of organs, because I'm an interesting case study. You probably have not met anyone or know of anyone with less organs in their body than me, because I'm kind of a freak of biology, I guess. You wouldn't know it just by looking at me, I don't think. But anyways, everything's going pretty good. I'd gone down there because of some alarming stuff in blood work, but not too much to be worried about in the grand scope of things, so I'm doing okay. As the name implies, I am okay. And I've got a little nifty like autograph thing down there now. It says my name. So I figured out how to put that in, and I'm also going to be working on, oh gosh, how many things did I do here? I'm also going to be working on putting up my Patreon page tonight. We're going to be doing a Patreon that's mostly dedicated to, the whole process of the creation of a comic. It's not really designed to give, finished artwork that is only available to Patreons, or like a time delay thing or anything like that. It is all Patreon. Everything on this Patreon is designed to kind of develop a working relationship with different people, and lots of fan input from people who really care about the comics and who financially support the comics, and giving you guys a real voice and letting your voice be more important than someone who's just any Joe Schmo out there who might just be voting in a poll and not really having anything to do with the actual comic coming out, because that is very possible. And with the amount of trolls and stuff on the internet, it's very likely that it happens a little bit. So that's what this Patreon's for. It's behind the scenes action. I'm going to be doing it faithfully multiple days a week, and I'm trying to just kind of give it as a way to way to have dialogue with me, lots of dialogue about the things that go into creating the comics, and kind of just having your voice be heard. I was thinking about it the other day and trying to figure out what to do with this Patreon, and my idea is like this: if you could, talk to these like directors or writers for your favorite movies, like let's just say Marvel movies, or if you could reach out to the people making DC movies and give them your hopes and what you want to see in these movies. Some companies listen to the fans, some don't, some just kind of say they do. But if you could actually reach out and talk to, I don't know, like my dream would be to reach out and have dialogue with Rob Kirkman, the writer and creator of The Walking Dead. I would love to be able to have some dialogue with him and just say, this is what I really like about your comics, and this is what I would hope to see more of, that kind of thing. This is kind of like a panel, but kind of like more than a panel, this Patreon. So I'm going to be setting it up and establishing it tonight. It's already been approved, so now I just have to create the tiers. If you have any comments on what you would want to pay or what you want to see in a Patreon like this, leave a comment. I don't think I've seen any kind of Patreons like this. I've definitely seen the kind of Patreons where you donate money and you get like the art that's exclusive to the Patreon patrons, but I haven't really seen something like this where it's kind of like a this, I've got to figure out how to describe it really well in a few words, but it's basically, you know, dialogue about how to create these comics and what goes into them and having your input in them. Yeah, let's see. If you enjoy these videos, then these Patreon things is probably going to be right up your alley, because we're going to just be discussing what to do about the comics, and, you know, like what characters should look like, and what the scene needs to look like. And I hope it's going to creating more discussion about the comic will actually make the comic better. We'll sort of be working on developing as editors, and just putting more thought into something usually makes it better. Not always, but most of the time. All right, as you can see here, I'm using this brush. Let's see, I thought I was, maybe I wasn't, that we made in a video previously. Oh, this was the eraser, that's why. Yeah, so this brush is meant to be like an inking pen, and the nice thing is it's pretty weighted. Got some nice thick lines and then shrinks down to thin lines. I'm also creating a list of scary movies to watch on Netflix and Amazon Prime this month. I'm an avid horror and scary movie watcher. And so this is my favorite month of the year. Halloween coming up. I am going to be a sand trooper for Halloween. I've got a sand trooper costume and I'm really excited to wear it. It's a very high quality one, so maybe I'll post a picture. And I hope to do some kind of maybe a contest where we submit pictures of yourself dressed up, and they'll give away prizes just to make Halloween more fun. All right, so I've got this weighted line. I also saw in my favorites, I had favorited some brush sets on my DeviantArt account. So I'm going to go in there later today and download some more brush packs, because I was looking through them briefly this morning when I woke up and didn't want to get out of bed. And I saw that some of them were really, good for different effects on like portraits and humans and stuff. Especially one brush. One brush in particular I wanted to grab was called a snow brush, and is good for like freckles and that kind of like facial feature texture. So I'll probably start using that on close-ups to kind of give it more of a visual interest. And while I was out on my medical leave of absence, I had some time to kind of write more about Willy Wonka, and I've got Willy Wonka issue 3 drafted out, and the script is ready. I'm excited to do that after I do Sanderson's Stepsisters 14. In issue 3 of Willy Wonka, there's going to be weight gain, there's going to be inflation, and there's going to be Hourglass expansion. Hourglass expansion is not something I've done, I don't think, yet. And so that I'm really excited to get into. I've been looking at lots of examples on online to try to figure out how my take on the Hourglass expansion is going to look, and what I like about Hourglass expansion and what I think you're going to like. So if you have any suggestions on what Hourglass expansions that you like, now's the right time to send those in, or write me a note with a link to the picture and just say, I'm a fan of Hourglass expansion, and this is the kind of stuff that I like. I love this. This is one of my favorite Hourglass expansion things, and just kind of help me see what you like, and hopefully I can either recreate or improve upon some of the more prominent Hourglass expansion works out there, and hopefully, you know, offer my own little take on it. So yeah, this is a big wedgie right here, and there is going to be a good amount of wedgie in this Tales from the Crypt Keeper 8. The story, Mom's a Thong, if you haven't guessed already, there's a lot of wedgie in it, at least in the first couple of pages. So if you like wedgie, I've never done wedgies before, but yeah, that's what's in here. So let's see. Be on the lookout tonight, or you know, tomorrow is probably up already now, but if you go over to my DeviantArt webpage, there are journals, and you want to look at the journal for October 2018. I'm putting up this journal. It's going to have all the videos, just some really classic videos from Amazon Video Prime would be Chucky, or you know, like Child's Play, An American Werewolf in Paris, Carrie, the classic one. You know, a new one, Jigsaw, is on there. I watched that last night. That's the most recent, you know, like Saw movie, and I didn't really care for it that much. It seemed a little contrived, and it felt more like a B movie than an actual legitimate Saw movie entry. I've, you know, really enjoyed all the Saw movies, but definitely the first two were the most enjoyable to me, and this most recent one, Jigsaw, felt a little like they were trying to put you on to a different killer than who the actual killer was. A little too hard. They were trying a little too hard to, you know, throw you red herrings, and it just kind of overall felt like a B movie. Not the greatest writing and not the greatest actors, but still it was, you know, interesting. It's not a bad watch, but yeah. Okay, so I've got this done, and we're gonna come over here, maybe finish this, but overall, I just hope to see you over on my DeviantArt, and if you're excited about the Patreon, I'm definitely excited. I'm hoping to record a video for that next. The pre-order for this comic should be coming out right around Halloween, so maybe the weekend before Halloween, look for Tales from the Crypt Keeper 8 pre-order. Thanks, I'm Okayokayokok, and I will see you in the next video.